I'll grab this shock next. Just get the shock out of the way. Can't remember whether the shock was 13 or 14, so we'll grab thought it was 14, but looks like it's 13. Yep. No, maybe it's 12. This says 12. It's just so good. The 13 fit just about right. Alright, now we should be able to, oh yeah, that 12 fits a lot better. Then I think the head bolts are 10. Yeah, it's looking like they're 10. That's alright. It's like a little coil over. It's got the shock and the spring on it. Alright, let me grab that and put this 13 back. I'm just using a small DeWalt. You know what? It's just pulling it off. I'll just use my impact here. 10 mil. Just 12 mil back. Before I do that, I might even just finish off here and pull off these plastics just so I don't scuff them. Want to repaint them. These are 10 mil as well. The old ones were 8 mil, so I went and grabbed my 8 mil for them, but I wasn't so worried when I got these about getting the right size, so I just got the right thread pattern. Well, that guy's broken there. Interesting. This moped, I can tell, was definitely beaten in its past life. I mean, that's for sure. So head bolts off. We can pull this head off. Alright, let me grab my phone. I am filming this on my iPhone 11, by the way, and I have it propped up against a candle to film, so this works good. Let me grab the flashlight on. You can see in the cylinder, tolerance is good. The cylinder's got a nice bore to it. The cylinder's actually pretty dirty. Cylinder's got a nice curvature to it. You can see in the top of the head, this is made to accept that. It's fairly good, a little carbony. A lot of the rebuild kits that are more expensive have, I mean, more expensive being $50 the most, probably be what you want to spend. This whole part's new head and cylinder. But right now I think I'm gonna be just getting the cylinder and rings, depending on how scuffed up the bore in here looks. You can see the intake gaskets and exhaust gaskets in here. This one over here would be exhaust, and I believe all three of these are intake. Then you can see it's pretty dirty, so I'll clean it up and probably power wash it before I put it back in. But for now, I'll get back to tearing it all apart. We'll pull the throttle, and oh my gosh, the carburetor off next, and we'll go from there. All right, so on this one, carburetor's got, looks like two 8mm. They're so gummy. It's definitely one 8mm there. I'm not pulling out those ones I showed you. I'm pulling it off from the head, or from the cylinder. It's actually nice, oily. That's good. What you want to see? Oh, that's just spilling fuel everywhere. I cleaned out the carb before. I mean, it's just spitting out fuel now, so that's nice. It looks fairly clean, the runner. So we'll set that aside. Like I said, I'm just going to be putting these back in. This should just come up now. Oh, these, yeah. So here's our cylinder. The inside doesn't look too scored, so I'm not too sure whether I'll be keeping this or not. I know I'm probably going to want new gaskets. Hopefully the audio and all this is good. Now I have the cylinder, which these rings are warm for sure. Here's the biggest part here. I can get this off, but I can't seem to get this whole crankshaft assembly off. So we'll have to see how that goes. It's getting dark out here, so I might just have to stop filming for the night. So this one I know is another case of I put this nut on, so I know you're probably not going to have the same one. I believe I got a different size because it was stripping. The gear there. This counterweight comes off, or nah, it's not a counterweight, but I'm not sure the words for it. So now we'll pull this side off. That side's smaller, but bigger than 10 mil. It looks like it's going to be 13, so I'll grab that. The funny part is the 13 for the wrench size I need, I dropped in my engine bay. So it's of my car, so it's no go on that, but it looks like it's a 14 mil anyway, so that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but you get what I mean. I hope. Yep, that's it. That whole part here, piston goes up and down on the crank, because this is all part of the crankshaft. Looks like the housing's in two, so I'm gonna have to figure out how this comes apart. Looks like all these, but that's gonna have to come off to get that. Oh no, that piston. Oh, there's definitely some, looks like combustion under the piston. So that's not good. Yeah, it's getting dark out here. Hopefully. I've never filmed in low light. Oh yeah, it looks good on camera still. I recognize this won't be the nice video for you. This isn't exactly the right tool, but I'm just taking a wrench back here and trying to pry on it a little bit. I might have to do some research on how this comes out. This is alternator. or what's effectively the alternator. Definitely gonna have to research how this comes out because I don't want to break anything on here. Trying to spend minimal money, so all right, let me stop for a minute and do some research on how this comes out, and then I'll get back to you guys. All right, so it's dark outside now, so I'm using the flash. It's not gonna get done tonight, so I'll have to continue the video tomorrow, or whenever I get to it. The biggest thing to do right now is getting this alternator off. I'm going to toss this in the box and go to AutoZone. I ate something that'll go on these threads and then push on this guy here to get this off. So I'm gonna head to AutoZone and see if they have anything that I can use, and I'll update you guys after AutoZone. Cool. All right, guys, so it's about maybe 2 days later. I couldn't get a part at AutoZone for rent. I had to order one online. It's about $7, I think. It's this guy. This screws in those threads and then it pushes on the nut or the stud and pushes it out. So we're gonna work on getting the rest of this apart, and then we can pull the I don't really know what you'd call it because it's not really a block, but it is. So, well, we'll see. All right, we'll get to it. Okay, bye. So the tool came, it's a 17 mil on the end here. We'll hand tighten this. That's loosening. This will probably work better with my impact. There we go. Just took it right off. So now we got more 8 mils it looks like to take off. Get these cells up here. Start out here so I can try and get these. grime I could have cleaned up. Yeah, I went and sprayed this with engine degreaser and then watered it down or rinsed it off. It's a little better. It's mostly just for my own pleasure, I guess I could say, that I wanted it a little clean. I gotta get this grommet through here. You know, I don't even think this had to come off, so we're just gonna leave it. We can just get to the other bolts with it here. Just get it hand started and then we're gonna spoke too soon. I do need it off to get to 2 of these, so I should be able to just move it out of the way like that. Being careful not to mess up the electrical here, because these do have, this is for the alternator, so I gotta make sure it doesn't mess that up. Put it back, hand tighten these again, and then zip them in. So now this should theoretically just pop apart if it was to go as planned, which wouldn't surprise me if it didn't, but yeah, it doesn't seem to just want to pop apart. Oh, let me grab, well, just gonna take my hammer and lightly tap a few spots. It looks like it's separating. I'm just gonna keep tap, tap, tapping.
It's slowly starting to spread apart. I can move it by hand now. I don't want to drain out this piston either, but I'm not super worried about it at the same time, because my point is to replace the piston. For another thing, not quite the right way to do it, but this is mine, not custom or anything, so just gonna... Grab a second screwdriver trying to use to hold this I wouldn't be too worried about it leaking out like this. This is just because I used water. So it rinsed it out after degreasing it. So I think it's just residual water that may have gotten inside. But it wasn't the smartest idea to use water, but I did. And I'll pay for it, I'm sure. Still working it. Oh, I bet you that's transmission fluid that I dumped out. The gear lube. Doesn't really want to cooperate. Starting to twist. I must have got the dowel pin out of it. At least it looks like it was there. The dowel pins are the issue. Just kind of move it back and forth here. Try not to mess up the bearings or anything. Back and forth.
There we go. Alright, I've got this side off. See the bearing. Here's your crank. Push it through the bearing. All right. So here's my crank. All right, so here is the crank. You can see this is where the oil pump hits it and gets it. The bearings sit here and here. Piston, here's, you can see a big indicator. It's gone right past the rings here and carbonized down all around it. The next thing is to get the cylinder or the piston off of here, which I'm not exactly sure how to get these rings off here. This guy can move off to the side. We won't need a new connecting rod, just a piston. So should be a little ring in here. Which I'm probably not using the right procedure to get it out, but if I can get it out, the one I'm ordering will come with new ones. All right, one pin out. No, a small screwdriver would probably be the best way to do this, but I don't feel like going to get my smaller screwdriver. So I'm just kind of, and like I said, these pins aren't important to me. I'm ordering new ones as well as piston, so if I mess up the piston or the little rings, I won't really care. I just don't want to mess up the connecting rod, which I shouldn't have to worry about in this situation because the connecting rod shouldn't go near these rings. All right, ring number 2 is out. So now this guy should slide one of these ways. I am getting a new dowel, by the way. Screwdriver stuck on this pin, so I'm going to twist it off just like that. Now this piston comes right off. So this is something you probably don't want to do what I just did and just rub it around. Want to make sure it keeps clean because it's a very important part. I don't know how easy they are to come by. I haven't looked into having to buy another one. So that's that. There was a gasket in between these. I'll probably just use gasket maker. To clean it up. Or I'll clean it up and then use gasket maker instead of buying a new gasket, because that costs too much money. Don't grab it by the belt, guys. Alright, that'll be the teardown of this. I'll do the rebuild in another section, but for now this is all I can afford. Just kidding. But once I get the parts in, I'll do another video on